from Late Night Parents. Ways to follow the show, latenightparents.com. Give you a couple of minutes to come on in and join the room for a Lunch Talk live discussion. I hope everyone is having not just a wonderful day, getting ready for the weekend, but a Good Friday. So happy Good Friday to those of you. Really to all. My buddy Rich Valdez is usually here, and he'll be here for an evening version of Late Night Parents today, where we'll discuss, a couple of fun topics, a few other things like that. Just wanted to have a quick segment or two to discuss a couple of topics for our weekend podcast. One of them being, for all of our Major League Baseball fans, it's a huge crowd out there that are Major League Baseball fans. The Mets, my favorite team, was scheduled to play the Nationals this weekend for an extended 4-game series. Everything's canceled due to COVID. So as much as we're hearing and seeing, the CDC just released a statement that, all fully vaccinated people can start to travel again, and that's great. COVID is still a problem. And it's going to continue to be a problem, I think, for, the most of 2021. I'm hoping and praying that for 2022, we'll be back to back in business, traveling, and everyone enjoying themselves safely. So those of you who've received your vaccinations, thumbs up. Those of you who are waiting or who have scheduled it, thumbs up. And those of you that have opted not to, that is your choice. So I'll leave it right there. Couple of things I wanted to talk about with vaccinations and safety and security in regards to, how do I say this? I want to say this the correct way, but you get your vaccination card. Let's just say my mask is my vaccination card. It would probably make sense not to post it on social media. Why? Because number one, has your date of birth, has your name. That's giving people two different keys to identity theft for yourself. So it's safe. You're starting to hear other, news agencies and media to state that don't post your vaccination information out there. I mean, I get it. Everything's public information. If you wanted to sit here and pull up information on anyone, it's on the internet, but don't make it easy for everyone. Okay. In the state of New York, where I reside, there is the digital vaccine passport. It's rolled out. I know it's the next political football for everyone, whether or not I must get a vaccine passport or not. But if you want to get back into a venue, a sporting venue, or if you want to, take a flight, somehow, some way, someone is going to have to check whether or not you've been vaccinated or you've had a negative COVID test. So I'm guessing they're going to roll out in everyone's state's Health and Human Services or Human Safety website. It should be available out there. I downloaded it. It was easy. You put your information in there. In theory, it's not shared. quote unquote, is not shared. But what I would suggest is, you give it a shot. That's an easy way. The digital passports, they're not permanent; they're temporary, and we'll go into a demonstration later. They're totally temporary. They're good for, I think, 30 days at a time at a clip. So you'll go in there, it'll pull your medical information on COVID testing, COVID related items. It comes with a QR code that can be easily scanned at whatever venue, because of course everyone misses sports, everyone misses traveling, and that type of stuff is going to go hand in hand. Couple of things I wanted to get into, and we'll talk later on. One was Periscope. Periscope went away. So I personally wasn't a Periscope user, wasn't around this community, didn't really understand it. So I did a couple of live streams early in the week, and then I kind of wanted to sit back and watch some of these people, some of the scopers talk about Periscope, talk about the community. Of course, there's good with bad. But, I believe it was a great community. There's a lot of, how do I say this? Discussion over whether Periscope is up, it's down. It's, some people are still using it, some people are not. That's the same infrastructure that's being used for Twitter Live. So when I say same infrastructure, same backbone. So it's using the same technology. So what worked with Twitter Live, what worked with Periscope is working now with Twitter Live. So, will it ever actually die? Who knows? Or it's going to be available for, certain organizations. We just know it's not available in the App Store and Google Play Store. So I'm guessing, it's going to fizzle out that way. But the backbone is there. The technology is there. Twitter Live is there. We hope, that people come over and use HAPS. But I'm sure, there's tons of platforms out there that you can actually use. Wanted to get into two shows that I'm watching real briefly. I don't know how many of you still watch The Walking Dead. I got to see the, season 10, episode 22. Here's Negan. Excellent episode. For the faithful Walking Dead fans that are still out there, definitely going to enjoy it. Probably one of the best Walking Dead episodes I've ever seen. Had a question here. Had an article here that I was going to read on when to tackle digital use. When to tackle digital use problems. So the question is, are you now wondering whether or not you're spending too much time on your device? Signs you may have a problem includes if it's interfering with your work or your school life, if it's become a negative in your relationships, encouraging you to sit around more, affecting your sleep, or it's making you feel anxious or unhappy. When we use these devices, we often find ourselves in a cycle. Any negative feelings associated with not using a device normally vanish when we pick them up again. So we keep repeating the behavior. It will take some commitment, but it's possible to tackle some of the main issues associated with excessive digital use. But remember, it can take anything between a few weeks to many months to form new habits. So keep persisting. So what should you do? You can start by using the technology to your advantage and set time limits. We're noticing, since I'm an Apple user, you get a daily notification on how much time you've spent on your phone. You get the weekly notification, you can get a daily notification, and basically definitely set limits on certain apps. After you use your daily allowance, you won't be able to use them again, until that day is over. You have a conversation about boundaries with your friends or family. Agree on when devices should be on limits or off limits so that everyone can be present. A good example of this would be meal times. And to make sure you're organized enough fun activities which don't require a device, whether it's physical activity or spending time with friends, make it hard for you to check your device. Recognize and praise yourself for spending time without a screen. Big shout out to Tony D. People have a problem with these devices. I mean, this is nothing new at all. So it's something that I can tell you, for one, as a parent, you're sitting there with your child because nowadays kids are receiving phones earlier. It used to be 13 years old, then it became 11 years old, and now it's to the point where your kids are picking up your phones 5-6 years old. Make sure you're monitoring their use, what they're viewing on the internet. There's a host of tools out there that you can use. I would suggest it greatly. Next item I was going to talk about is if anyone's been having problems with adjusting to daylight savings time, because I know I have. Ever since we swung the clock forward, it's kind of like getting your body back into an understanding. Just like I think it was about 2 weeks ago, it kicked off daylight saving time, and the clocks were turned forward. So the key thing here is the students aren't properly prepared. The time change will negatively affect them. It's going to affect their productivity, the concentration, and the physical and mental health. So it's time that some things that we can focus on. Here are 5 steps. I mean, number one, and a lot of this stuff is common sense. You can start getting to bed earlier. If you ease your body into the time change by going to bed, 15 minutes earlier or so. It's especially helpful for children who often feel the effects of time change more than adults. You can be mindful of what and when you eat and drink, because our sleep cycle and our eating patterns affect each other. So on days around the time change, you eat at the same time or you eat a little earlier. Also try to eat more proteins instead of carbohydrates. You got to be consistent. You wake up at the same time each morning to keep your cycle more regular. This means even on weekends, because I know a lot of times for those of you that are not shut in, but still functioning and working, going to a physical job, you still got to get up. If you're getting up 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, you got to get up. It's suggested that you do that for Saturday and even Sunday. Item number 4 is practice healthy habits before bedtime. An hour before bedtime, put your phone, your computer, and your tablet away. Electronics, high intensity light hinders melatonin, and that's the hormone that triggers sleepiness. The light stimulates your brain and then makes it difficult to sleep. Enjoy longer evenings. One great perk about spring and daylight savings time is that there's more sunlight in the evening. So enjoy the natural lighting outside or indoors with the curtains open. Sunlight helps naturally reset your body clock. Letting natural light come into your bedroom in the morning also aids you in greater alertness upon awakening. What else was I going to talk about? Just really quick. I want to talk about the show Invincible. Awesome show. If you like Robert Kirkman, with The Walking Dead, you're gonna like Invincible. It's on Amazon. Total anime. Totally not for your kids. I think this season there might be 6 or 7 episodes, but they released 3 initial episodes, and then from there, basically from there, you're gonna have to go week to week. So that is about it. Tony D, I don't know if you want to come up or not. I'll invite you up if you're available. But that is basically, and the one last thing that I had, goodness. Tony T.
You got to excuse me, I'm at work. I'm on my break right now. I did try to pick you up for a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to probably jump on later, but my biggest news for the day, I did catch a little bit, let me change that, for a little bit of your broadcast. I saw what you were doing about the, what's the word I'm going to say, device addiction, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah, I got you on it and fully understood. This is going to be, I think they've got a diagnosis designated for it through the World Health Organization. I'm not sure. I know they have one for the video games, but I don't know if they have one for the devices specifically.
Okay. Definitely.
And later on, man, I'm probably going to jump up because in about 30 minutes, my son graduates college.
Oh, man, congratulations.
I'm losing my mind. I'm trying
congratulations.
To do my job, but y'all got to forgive me. I apologize for being like out of context of what's going on.
Yeah. No.
I'm a little amp, bro. You got to.
I hear you.
So serious, and I can't figure out why my Facebook won't link up with my apps no more. When I do my broadcast, they used to pop up on my Facebook, and they don't anymore. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know if anybody knows anything about it. They can look into it. What's up, Petty? I appreciate you. Like I said, I'm gonna jump on later after work. I'm definitely gonna be on Izzy and Petty show later on, Ted. I think you should.
That evening show is fire.
It is fire, and I hope you're doing that show tonight. And Petty, I want to tell you, if y'all do an after show tonight, I hope Information Man is on, because he did a broadcast on reparations. It was on YouTube, and I watched it. He had some excellent numbers. The numbers was lower than what I thought than what I've seen, but he had an excellent proposal. So I think everybody check it out. He posted a YouTube link on a conversation we did.
Was this recently?
Nah, remember we was up there together?
Yes.
I think it was on their broadcast. If not, he's definitely got a YouTube. Y'all got to check it out. He broke the numbers down, and they were good numbers. Like I said, I've seen higher, but he had a proposal that I think could fall into play. He broke down exactly why it should work and why there's no excuse why it hasn't been done.
Okay, got it.
Like I said, I didn't mean to go off from your broadcast.
No. This is fine. It's like I said, I totally had something else prepared. This was just a lunchtime discussion that it's great. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I said,
definitely,
I don't have to work tomorrow, so I will be up tonight. I'm going to go home, take me a nap. I'll be up, Petty. I'll be up for y'all tonight. If y'all do an after show, cool. If not, I'm still going to watch the broadcast. Ted, definitely, we got to get up. We need Information Man up there. Petty, I need you. I need Izzy on there too, because them numbers he broke down were awesome. I'm serious.
Okay.
You got to see it. And they have covered some serious topics over their past few broadcasts. If you haven't seen them, you might want to check it, because they killed it on the I think it was the Sharon Osbourne and Cheryl Underwood situation.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And I definitely got to get with you on sports.
All right. I'll talk to you later, man. Yo, hey, congratulations with your son.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations with your son. I'm going to say it again. Congratulations with your son, because we're not supposed to hear stories like this.
Agreed.
We hear the other stories.
100%.
You know?
I'm going to rant. I'm going to rant hard, because there's a reason why I'm celebrating so hard, and everybody's going to hear it today. You got it, brother. I'll talk to you later, all right? Absolutely. You too, Petty. I'll holler at y'all later, man. Appreciate it, man, as always. We're going to catch y'all. All right. And that's your episode of Late Night Parents.